One, two, one, two. All right, y'all. We are in the building. How's everybody doing? Yo, yo. My name is Johnny Johnny. This is Johnny Johnny Live. We are in the building. Matter of fact, I'm gonna turn this mic up just a little bit more. I want to see what it do if I just adjust this volume right here. I need to know if you can hear me and how good you can hear me. I need to know. So if anybody would like to participate, let me know, and I would appreciate that. With that being said, we are on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. So we're trying to get our YouTube channel popping. That's why we're doing issues that have to do with not just locally, but around the world. And one of the biggest things that's happening right now in the hip hop world is with Jay-Z. Now, just like with the Puffy P. Diddy thing, I want to see more evidence before that comes out and things like that. And I just don't want to throw things in the air. But there are some things questions that I have about AALiyah's death, because AALiyah, if you remember, like with the whole plane crash, it was just suspect. Like we didn't really know what happened. It was speculation. Let me get a drink of my Red Bull. It was like speculation. Nobody really knew what happened. All we know, it was a plane crash. It was a plane that it was a plane crash. The plane went down, and it was sudden. It was like a sudden death. We do know that some of the allegations and suspicions around AALiyah in general was just kind of suspect. The think about this right here. I mean, this just popped in my head. In a connection, like it's like everybody who had something to do with like these trio of people. And when I say trio, I mean like R. Kelly, Diddy, and Jay-Z. So the people in these three, like if they were to a point where they were separating from these people, like people who be with these guys like that in that type of way, and then like they try to leave or something like that, or they're not with the program, like they always meet like a certain death, and I'm going to do a podcast, I think, about like black women, because I don't think we realize really like what black women go through, and then how we just push them to the side. I don't care how big a star you are. If you're a black woman and something happens to you, nobody is going to try to figure out what happened. And that's sad. It is a sad reality. Like I see it more now than ever. And okay, so you ask why? Like, or I mean, as an example, Whitney Houston, one of the biggest female black stars ever, and supposedly they were able to unalive her, is what the rumor is, and still have a party the same, and nobody cared. Like, this is the biggest black woman star, and something happened to her and nobody cared. And then off the top of my head, Wendy Williams, what's happening with her? Like, what's going on with her? She was trying to tell the world about P. Diddy and stuff like that, and look at her now to where she's, Kim Porter. All of these are black females who have money. And I want y'all to understand this. Right? Like Tupac, Biggie, like they doing everything they can to try to solve their murders. You hear about them all the time. We kind of know who did them, Keefy D. Now they got Diddy. Like they got some of the players who played a part in Tupac's murder. Biggie's murder. They're still trying to figure that out and stuff like that. They're still trying to crack it down. You hear about it. It's going. So it's not dying. But a black female, I'm telling you, yo, it's crazy out here. It's really crazy. But with that being said, Aaliyah, she was one of the biggest stars. I don't think I named her in the one I just named just now. I didn't. Aaliyah, that's like five. That's like five black female stars right there. Five. And something mysteriously happened to them. We don't have no clue. Nobody's looking. Nobody's asking questions. No, nothing. Okay, I want you to understand that. It's crazy. Aaliyah, we need to figure out what's going on, what happened with her, because the whole situation was that she wanted to kind of be with Dame Dash, or she did want to be with Dame Dash. Her and Dame Dash was together, but Jay-Z was liking her, which I don't understand, because they was pointing out like how Aaliyah, how her age and stuff. We won't get into all that, but this point how like Aaliyah age was, and like Jay-Z kind of hollered at her as soon as R. Kelly, and she wasn't old enough for R. Kelly. She wouldn't have been old enough for Jay-Z, but then she wouldn't have been old enough for Dame Dash. So I don't know, but like I said, that's not looked at with the black women. They gloss over that and they just be like, well, whatever, woo woo. So they need to figure that out, man, because like Aaliyah, just think of what Aaliyah meant to the industry. She was like the number one like black singer right there. She was gonna be like a Whitney Houston. She was doing movies. Like Whitney Houston took Whitney Houston a long time to really get into movies like that. I don't know if she ever really did a movie except for like Bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? But Aaliyah was doing movies, starring in movies. Her music was blowing up. I think she had another movie that was finna come on after that. If something, and it was real eerie. It was if something happened to somebody or something. It was. It's a real eerie movie. If y'all know it, put it in the comment section as far as what the movie was. But just a real eerie movie. Just right after she died, and I don't think she even finished the movie. I think they did something else to make it look like she finished the movie. So it was real crazy. If Romeo Must Die or something like that. Yeah, Romeo Must Die, I think was the name of the movie. Like, if that's not eerie, I don't know what is. However, Dame Dash has been trying to tell us for years about R. Kelly and Aaliyah. And I want y'all to take a listen and look at this video right here. And this is going to kind of give y'all some insights into Dame Dash, who was dating her at the time.
That's the elephant in the room.
R. Kelly was the first corporately sponsored pedophile. Everybody knew.
Once it came out on R. Kelly, Jay-Z fled the scene.
The point was he knew all the time.
For 20 years, Jay-Z refused to speak out against R. Kelly, but his former partner, Dame Dash, won't stay silent.
Aaliyah is key to everything. Aaliyah and I were very serious. We talked about getting married, so I knew exactly what went on.
She'd just be like, no, that's a bad man.
R. Kelly did indeed marry his protege, the 15-year-old singer Aaliyah Houghton.
Like, Aaliyah was like the sacrificial lamb for all that.
22-year-old rising star Aaliyah has been killed in a horrific plane crash.
You see what I'm saying? They saying like she was like the sacrificial lamb. Like, this is Dame Dash saying that. And this is a reputable source, and they're not coming out saying that, but you can tell how they put it together like, yeah, something ain't right here. And that's just the whole thing of the situation. Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense. It seems like nobody cares about this beautiful young black lady. So here we go.
It's a pain that you couldn't understand.
It changed you, turned you into a monster.
When Dame was at his lowest, Jay committed the ultimate betrayal.
I had so much.
And then here's what kills me. It's like, here are like three men who are controlling this young girl. Like, how is that possible? And nobody's saying nothing. Like, here you have three men. It should be like her mom and her dad talking about her, or her cousins, or like female people in the industry that hung around her. Like Missy Elliott. Where's Missy Elliott? Why isn't Missy Elliott doing a documentary on Aaliyah or Timberland? Like, this is strange. Like, what was Aaliyah's role in the industry? Here we go anyway.
I was trusting my brother, but he did things that I thought he would never do. So what you think I felt all these years?
For 20 years, R. Kelly's power protected him.
At that time, we did not look hard enough.
Remember Aaliyah's album cover?
Age ain't nothing but a number. Sitting back there like Perv Master.
I mean, I wasn't there. You know, I ain't have nothing to do with that.
They made a song together called Not Guilty. Anybody that knows what happened to my girl that with me should not be with homie, period.
Tell me about the relationship with Jay-Z. You and Jay-Z formed Rockefeller Records in the 90s. Are you and Jay-Z still friends?
Well, you know, but there's been things where he's been in business with people that are against my honor code. So because of that, I kind of have to keep a distance.
As you hear all this other stuff in the news with R. Kelly, how does that make you feel about him?
I was just shocked at how long he got away with it. How many people turned and looked the other way. How many people were still, you know, involved with him in any kind of way, knowing all those things.
Before R. Kelly, Dame and Jay were inseparable as they built an empire together.
You've been with Jay-Z since the beginning, right? So,
I mean, yeah, for about 10, 15 years.
Jay-Z and Dame came from street money to starting a label that nobody wanted to sign Jay-Z, so they created their own and turned around and got him famous to where he got a deal. They got a deal at Def Jam.
You know, we all know we're a family at Rockefeller. Jay's my best friend. Oh. I'm not ashamed to say it. and we all know this, we close, and that's one of the reasons why we so tight as a family.
Dame always fought for Jay, even when no one else would.
I took it more personal than business because I was fighting for my friends and my brothers as opposed to people I didn't know.
This is the man that came in the corporate offices, and when they was robbing us, he made sure we got what we were supposed to get.
And we built this from nothing, nothing. So there's nothing that we can't see our way through.
But when Dame met Aaliyah, everything changed.
She was one of those people that if she did something first, everyone followed suit because she was a very forward thinker.
Now, not only do you have your self-titled album coming out, we just heard that you have been confirmed for Matrix 2 and The Matrix 3.
Yeah.
Oh my God, congratulations.
I feel so blessed because everything that I've always wanted is happening to me. And I just feel like I have so many places to go and so many things to enjoy.
But I've never seen anyone that was going to affect the world like she did, despite the fact that she went through a lot of bull. Still very innocent and not jaded.
Aaliyah could see a different side of Dame, but as they got closer, there was one thing in their way.
Our intention at first wasn't even to be in love. We were just really good friends, and we fell for real. It was almost an accident. My friend Natani brought me to this photo shoot in LA, and it was called like the It Girls, and we were talking about things about your soul and the evolution of your soul, and that was where our connection came. We developed a real friendship.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, all you hear is like guys talking about this young lady. Like, where's the females at around? Moms or aunts, cousins. Where's her family at? That's one thing I never really understood. Like, where's Aaliyah's family? Why isn't her family like doing interviews and stuff like that about her? Okay? It's just strange to me. If my cousin was famous like Aaliyah and something happened to her, like even to this day, like I would be doing interviews with her. I'm like, you can make money off of it. It monetized. Aaliyah did this, and Aaliyah, she used to play on the playground, and just anything. You know what I'm saying? But you're still keeping her memory alive. But all you hear about Aaliyah is her with guys in the industry, and to me, it's crazy a little bit if you think about it. Okay, we'll listen to some more.
But it was always apprehension because other people were trying to get at her.
And then, you know, I guess Jay was trying to get at her as well. And I didn't know. He was sending flowers and
see, and this is here's the thing what I was talking about. You're gonna hear that Jay wanted to be with Jay because you know, Jay, his whole thing is he wanted to have a trophy wife, somebody who was leading R&B, and if he couldn't have Aaliyah that he wanted, you know, he might have underlived her, and that's how him and Beyonce became a couple, which I think was arranged too. But anyway,
he was courting her.
Because the rumor originally was that you were connected to Jay. Exactly. Jay and I were hanging out a lot. He's my homie. We had a lot of fun together, but we never dated like that.
I'm gonna leave it.
So you have a boyfriend in your life?
It's personal life.
That's the personal life. I don't really discuss it. It's hard when you're in this business. You become a
Can't
public
talk about
figure.
it.
You know what I mean? And everything you do belongs to the public, and that's fine. But there's parts that you
Look, that's what I'm saying. She a little girl. Look at her. She is a little girl.
want to keep for you.
Dame knew how important Aaliyah's privacy was because she'd been under attack for her last relationship 5 years earlier.
Hip-hop star R. Kelly did indeed marry his protege, the 15-year-old singer AALiyah Houghton.
That was a headline. That was something talked about like it was normal.
Did y'all ever talk about it?
We talked about it up to the point where it hurt.
As Aaliyah opened up to Dame, he learned just how dark the relationship with R. Kelly had been.
We were out on the road with Aaliyah. On a tour bus, there really aren't any confined spaces. So it just so happened we were all laying in our bunks when the door flew open on the bus.
What did you see?
Things that an adult should not be doing with a child.
Dame would do anything to protect